Have you ever struggled to center an item in a Flexbox layout, especially when its siblings have different widths? It can be quite a challenge, right? If this sounds familiar, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to tackle how to center a Flex item regardless of the sizes of its siblings. I totally get it. It can be frustrating when you have a layout that looks uneven, especially when you're trying to create a polished design. You're not alone in this struggle. Many developers face this issue when working with Flexbox. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked, how can I force the second item to center itself when the first and third items have different widths? This is a common scenario in Flexbox layouts, and it can be tricky. Let's dive into the details. So what's happening here? When using Flexbox, the default behavior is to distribute space based on the content size of each item. This means that if one item is larger, it can push the others around, making it difficult to achieve a centered look. But don't worry, we have solutions. And stick around. I have a great tip at the end that will help you master Flexbox layouts and make your designs look fantastic. To center the second item in a Flex container, the user should first modify the Flex container's properties. Instead of using space between, we will use space around to allow for equal spacing around the items. Next, the user should set a fixed width for the second item, which is the client index. This will help in centering it properly within the available space. Now, the user should apply the new class to the second item in the HTML. This will ensure that the styling is applied correctly. Finally, the user can test the layout in their browser. The second item should now be centered with respect to the window, regardless of the widths of the other items. Fun fact, did you know that Flexbox was introduced in CSS 3 to help developers create responsive layouts more easily? It's a game changer for web design. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach to center a Flex item with siblings of different widths is to use nested Flex containers and auto margins. First, create a top-level Flex container. Then, make each child a Flex item with equal width by applying Flex 1. Inside each Flex item, set it as a nested Flex container and use Justify content to center the content. Finally, apply auto margins to the outer spans to shift them appropriately. Here's the tip I promised. Always remember to use Margin Auto for centering Flex items. This simple trick can save you a lot of headaches when designing layouts. And there you have it. Your Flex item should now be perfectly centered, regardless of its siblings' widths. Remember, mastering Flexbox can greatly enhance your web design skills. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more tips, and don't miss our next video where we dive deeper into advanced Flexbox techniques.